Hello guys, this is Oba FX Trading Academy. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel where we do top-down analysis of different financial assets using pure price action trading strategy. And today we're going to be looking at BTCUSD, which is popularly referred to as Bitcoin. So this is for my cryptocurrency traders. So without wasting much time, let's get into it. As you all know, I like starting my analysis from the higher time frame, and currently I'm on the monthly time frame. And from what we can see on the monthly time frame, generally what I try to get from the monthly time frame is the general direction of the market. I know that just merely looking at the chart on this time frame, we can see that Bitcoin has been making a series of higher highs and higher lows. In other words, Bitcoin from this high made a higher low, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It made a higher high, and from this big bearish candle that we can see here, we can see that Bitcoin is currently retracing downwards. So my directional bias for Bitcoin currently is the downwards direction. So it is okay to see that we have a lot of green candles, but the most important candle right now is this red candle. Now let's not forget that each candle on this particular time frame takes a whole month to form. So for us to see a clearer structure of this market, we can now go to the next lower time frame, which is the weekly time frame. Now on the weekly time frame, the structure of the market seems clearer. We can see that each time Bitcoin makes a big move, it takes time to breathe and then makes another big move, makes a weak retracement, then another big move. So excuse me, for those that have been following me for a long time now, you know that I use three basic tools for my analysis, and these are the support and resistance zones, the trend line, as well as the Fibonacci Retracement Tool. So there's something I would like us to observe using the Fib tool. Now if I place my Fib tool here, when Bitcoin made its first big move, you can see that from the swing low to swing high, the retracement was into the Fibonacci retracement to golden zone. The golden zone is the zone between the 0.5 and 0.618 mark. So Bitcoin just came, tapped into the zone, and the price shot up. So let's see what happened the second time the price went up. So if I bring my 1% mark, 1 here, and then extend the 0 mark upwards. So we can see that it did exactly the same thing again. So shot up, made a retracement, and this time came into the zone. So immediately price came into the zone, it was rejected upwards again. So for the third time, the price came into the zone, and of course shot up from where it is rejecting from currently. So just by merely looking at this behavior and the time pass, then it will not be wrong to say that Bitcoin will be coming back into this Fibonacci retracement golden zone before taking off again. So having added my key zones, which are my support and resistance zones before, and now I've just included my Fibonacci retracement tool, then I can now add my trend line. So without complicating things, this is like my simple setup for a general outlook on what Bitcoin would likely do. Of course, we know that the market is all about probabilities. So we have a first touch of the trend line, a second touch of the trend line. So I'm hoping that Bitcoin would, since it has continued to drop with this high momentum, I'm hoping that Bitcoin would likely price will likely drop back into the zone. It could be just the first part of the zone and then go upwards, or come into the zone and of course do a lot of playing around and then go upwards. So the question would now be, how do I approach this particular market? So the next best thing would be to go to the daily time frame to see if we'll see anything different from what we're seeing now. Now, remember, we already said that we're expecting price to drop into the zone, but our expectation doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the market would automatically do. So let's look at the daily time frame On the daily time frame, I have the opportunity to add an internal trend line. So if you look at this internal trend line on the daily time frame, it's also supporting our initial take that the price of Bitcoin is dropping. How do I mean? I have a first touch of the trend line, a second touch. On the third touch of the trend line, we can see that the trend line has been broken and retested, and currently price is heading downwards. However, price is currently at a support zone. Now, it is possible that buyers would come into the support zone and push the price upwards. But if you ask me what I am thinking, I think that the market makers would likely use this support zone as a liquidity zone and then push price downwards before Bitcoin will make its next big move. And if I'm to shrink this, the next big move would likely, let's go back to the weekly time frame. The next big move would likely take Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin. If we mark this, we look at this extension, it will likely take the price of Bitcoin to about $140,000. So to make that move, it needs to grab as much liquidity as it can get. So that makes sense. We can see that the daily trend line has just been broken and retested. That is currently at this support zone. Now, just like I said, we might end up seeing like a bullish candle here to bring a lot of people into the market, and this might end up badly for a lot of people that will be stacking buys here, because this can easily be used as a liquidity zone, and then the price of Bitcoin would likely come into the zone because of its behavior in the past before going upward. So this is my quick take on the current state of Bitcoin. And just for those that trade on the lower time frame, if we go to the H4 time frame, we can see that if I'm to even include, let me take this out, that has been broken and retested, you can see that the market is making a series of lower lows and lower highs. So if in a situation where the market is not ready to break this trend line, the only way I would advise anybody to buy this particular asset would be if the market ends up doing this, breaking this H4 trend line, making a retracement, and then maybe pushing upwards, with the hope maybe to probably come back some other time to break through the zone. So my point is, the break of this particular zone might not happen immediately. It might take some time. So we might see price also breaking through, making a retest and going upward. So we can't take that possibility as well away from the market, because as we all know, the financial market is all based on what? Probability. So I already gave my ultimate take, but this is like another possible thing that could occur in the market. So like I said, this is my own outlook on BTCUSD. So for those of us who are into cryptocurrency trading, you can compare this with your analysis and see if it makes sense. If you have a different take or a different view or opinion, you can drop it in the comment section. So I want to take this time to thank those that have been supporting the channel. I can see that my channel is actually growing daily. I do not take you guys for granted. You are all my heroes. And if you're coming across this channel for the first time and you like this style of analysis, please click on the like button. You can share this with others to gain from it as well. You can also hit the subscribe button for subsequent videos like this. And also, this is a trading academy. If you're starting out your trading journey and you want to master how to analyze the market skillfully like I just did, or you want to take your trading journey, you want to make your trading journey faster and take your trading skill to another level, you can always reach out to us via the details on my YouTube channel. We're also open to account management, and when you reach out to us, we can then get to discuss the details. So thank you very much for stopping by my channel, and cheers.